Hello everyone and welcome back to another AFK journey video. In this video we're going to be going through the new hero Gauntlet Arden, which has come out. He has some pretty crazy upgrades. Entangling vines, the effects of entangled will become permanent. So I guess if he lands it on your heroes, then it is not going to allow them to move for the whole match. The other thing is that he will immediately cast Force of Nature, which is his ultimate ability. And that is going to summon the Dark Clouds, and the Dark Clouds will become permanent. Their attack range will cover the entire battlefield. And when an enemy has been entangled for more than 5 seconds, Arden will deal magic damage equal to, basically, he will one-shot your heroes. 1000% of target's max health with a lightning strike is basically going to one-hit kill them, I'm pretty sure. So what you want to do is you can try to kill him really quickly, or you can try to run heroes which are immune to control effects. Like Reese is a good option to run if you have Reese built up, for example. Also, Ludovic is really good. Ludovic at the beginning of the match is unaffected. And so I was thinking Ludovic because also you can give his charm bonus to a damage deal in the back. Also, you should always try to run Rainier in these fights because he will cause the boss to take 25% more damage and you can just shred through him more quickly. The other thing I was thinking was you can go for Valor Shield spell, because then your frontline and backline heroes are going to be unaffected for 10 seconds while the shield is in effect. And you can just go for another damage deal in the back, like Odie, for example. And then finally, we're going to go for, I'm going to use Reese here, but if you don't have Reese built up, I think you could use some other heroes as well. I don't really think it matters much, but basically these are the key damage dealing heroes which are unaffected. Lily May at the beginning of the battle goes for a rainstorm ally, so she will not be targeted or basically hit by anything, and the other heroes are going to be unaffected for long enough. And so there you go, we're just going to go basically break through him really quickly. At the end, Ludovic actually ended up dying, so I guess eventually some of the entanglement went off onto Ludovic because he did end up dying. The crazy thing about this hero Gauntlet is all of the Crimson Essence you get. But really when you add it all up, it's enough to maybe craft one V plus Mythic plus Charm. So it isn't actually as much as it seems. Okay, moving on to the next difficulty. I wonder if you just went for a hardcore, just kill him as quickly as possible. I still think Valor Shield spell to protect the OD and Rainier from being entangled is important, but you could go for more damage here, maybe Corin and Merrily. Let's just try it. Basically we have as much damage as possible and see how is it going to work out, because this is a team which a lot of people should be able to run, and if you don't have Rainier, I would just replace him with Thorin. So Corin got entangled, Lily May was getting entangled towards the end, but I think Valor Shield spell is actually one of the key ways of dealing with this boss, because it allows your OD to not get entangled and then he can just deal a lot of damage to the boss himself. Okay, let's go for the final one, difficulty 7. We're not going to be able to attempt the challenge missions until next week when they come out, so we don't know what the limitations for that will be. So Corin ends up going down here. You could also actually go for Thorin. Thorin instead of Corin would probably be better. Yeah, it would be, because it would also cause the boss to take more damage with the Soul Plunder debuff, and Thorin would just resurrect himself after dying the first time. So yeah, overall, not a really difficult boss. I think with a lot of the heroic gauntlets, if you just go for Rainier, Lily May, OD, that is usually enough damage to kill the boss before they're able to kill your team. So that's usually a good option. But Valor Shield spell is a good, basically, way of getting around the entangling, and also it gives a high haste buff to the OD for his damage, Lily May. And then for the final hero here, I would recommend Thorin rather than the Corin. The Corin didn't really make any sense. I just thought, I don't know, run all the damage dealers here possible. You could even go for something like Shakir. I just want to do this test because I want to see, will Shakir be able to cast, wait a second, will Shakir be able to cast his ultimate before, I want to see if he'll be able to cast his ultimate before he gets entangled, because when he's in his wolf form, he will not be targetable, for example. So I want to see. Is he going to get entangled from the beginning, or is he going to be able... Okay, he does get entangled. And then it's pretty much a permanent entangle, and he's going to kill everything. But Thorin can resurrect himself. So, yeah, Shakir is not going to work unless you, like, give him Valor Shield spell, which you could do. Like, rather than... But not... Yeah, I mean, you would want Rainier here, probably. But just as an example, I'm going to show you right here. You could go for a positioning like this, with the Thorin maybe up here. Rainier still position swapping the Lily May. And no, you could go for like this. And now what will happen is the Rainier will get entangled, but the Valor Shield spell should be enough and keep the Shakir unaffected for long enough that he can cast his ultimate. Then he's in his wolf form, and now he will basically not be able to be affected at all because he's in his wolf form, he's gaining a lot of energy. So this could be another way of dealing with this Arden, basically. Okay, now what we're gonna do, because we have the new Arcane Labyrinth basically event mission. What you want to do for this is you should put these through here, all these 3 heroes, and try to run them, especially in the early stages of the difficulty 15 of Labyrinth. The higher difficulty of Labyrinth you're attempting, the more points you're going to gain towards these missions. And the more number of the bonus heroes you put into your formation, the more overall points you will gain for each floor you clear. And it will be for all floors. Like, you don't have to clear all the way to floor 15, but you might as well, because that will help your guild as well. Okay, so I'll have to get rid of 2 heroes, which I don't really use that much. Maybe... this is kind of difficult now. Because Lily May OD for the boss killing. And then, I guess I'll get rid of Coco. Yeah, I'll get rid of Coco. Okay, and the buffed up here is our Cassidy and the Want. Now, they actually do have useful buffs, which can help them. Cast ultimate to knock back the enemies along the way. And stun them for 5 seconds. That is a big buff. Freezes enemy by 3 seconds after a delayed explosion. Okay, and this is actually going to be a good time for you to knock enemies up using Warstone. Extends effective range by 1 tile. Reduce cooldown by 3 seconds. Yeah, I mean, that is pretty strong. But overall, I don't think Lumon is still going to be great. But the fact that Iron is even more powerful than before, and Iron is a really good way of actually getting a high floor clear of Labyrinth by going for a crowd control strategy. So this is actually a good time for you to push to like a higher level of Labyrinth. Okay, so in the early stages, what I like to go for, well, we're going to have to go for all 3 buffed up heroes, because that is going to give you more points. And in the early stages, you're not going to have much difficulty clearing it, so it's fine for you to do this. And Iron Alchemist combo is really crazy. And then finally, I think we can just go for Arden as the final hero here. Tide Call spell, because you get the immediate cast of Iron's ultimate. That's kind of why I am doing that. And because Iron's ultimate is going to cast before the opponent jumps, like with Sylvina, we don't even have to position like anyone to take the Sylvina jump, because she will not be able to jump onto the Arden. So these first few floors are going to be really easy to clear. And if you're having difficulty clearing the higher floors, you can actually just do the first 5 floors, first 10 floors with all of the boosted heroes. And then you can just run like Iron, Alchemist, Arden, and then the other 2 boosted heroes, and clear the first 10 floors of Labyrinth. You can quit out, exit, and you can do it again. And like, I think you would just have to do that basically 2, maybe 3 times, and you would get all of the rewards for the mission. But it's best if you can go all the way to floor 15 or higher, because then you can actually get a ranking position for your guild as well. So energy absorption, we're going to go for that. Yeah, I'm not going to show you guys the entire Labyrinth run, because yeah, I mean, I'll do that off video. It isn't going to be important for you guys to see all of that, but basically this is just what I'm going to do to get all of the points. And you know, if you do this and you manage to run this team and win for all 15 floors of difficulty 15 Labyrinth, that is already going to be enough for you to complete the entire mission. Over 6,000 points, getting all of the rewards, which is crazy. Here we don't have enough pure crystals, so we're going to go for a relic rather than going for the fit store, because we could only buy 1 relic anyway, even if we did decide to go for that. I should change Lumont positioning, I think. Yeah, he should be swapped with Cassidy. Cassidy can be in the back, but Lumont should be running to the enemy team faster. Okay, and also there is the new Titan Reaver out, so we're going to have to go through the good teams you can run for the Titan Reaver boss, and I will do that People are like doing some team testing right now, and then I'm gonna maybe showcase some of them. Okay, but really all you have to do is score high enough in order to get all of the basic rewards. You don't actually have to get an overall top score. Okay, so Shattering Gust is pretty good. But yeah, I mean, that is good, right? I also like Impact Armor. I like Impact Armor because especially when you're going for this crowd control team with Iron, you are gonna keep the enemies like locked up on their side of the battlefield, and they're gonna then deal 25% reduced damage to your team as well because they are on the enemy's side. Thanks to that pickup, that crest that we got. Okay, so it's pretty simple, and the first 10 floors of Labyrinth, even difficulty 15, are usually really easy. And then the floors can get a little bit challenging, especially if you choose like the powerful enemy floors that give you double the relic rewards. I guess we're going to go for Fiery Dash. The other ones are not too great. Powerful enemies are not going to be difficult at this stage though, because we are still a long way away from floor 11 and beyond. But anyway guys, that is going to be pretty much it. I don't want to bore you more with the Labyrinth clearing because I'll do that off video. But you guys can look forward to a Titan Reaver video as well, where we'll go through some of the greatest overall best top scoring team, and then also great options for free to play teams in order to clear all of the all of the rewards basically. But thanks for watching guys. I'll hopefully see you in the next video, and until then everyone, peace out for now.